real reason why you have kids is for slave labor.
Too much stuff.
Hello, good morning. Hi, you're watching Gregsby Eats, and we're here at Amoy Street Food Centre to talk about Arthur Teochew fishball noodles. A fishball noodle stall that has been covered extensively in the media, but actually when you read user reviews of what patrons actually say about the stall, people either love it or they hate it. Okay, context, it is Monday morning and it is about, so let's see, 8:30 in the morning or so. It is probably the only time when the food centre is actually quiet lah. Or except maybe in the evenings lah. During lunchtime, it is incredibly packed. So as I said, people either love or hate their noodles, and that's because the stall's fishball noodles, they are either impressively good or it is good but not that worth it, depending on what price you pay. But first, a short history of the business. The business was started by a Chinese migrant who made his living hand-making fish balls, and in 1958, he started a fishball noodle stall at Maxwell Food Centre called Ya Tu Liu Yuan Rou Chuo Mian. Literal translation, Asian ball, fish ball and mincemeat noodles. His son Lim Te Ni, who is now 76 years old, in 2022, helped his father out only for a couple of years before taking over the business. They relocated to their own coffee shop in Bukit Merah in the 1980s, but was forced to close it during the 1997 Asian financial crisis. After selling fishball noodles in various locations for a few years, the store relocated to Amoy Street Food Centre in 2003 and was renamed Arthur Teochew Fishball Noodles after Lim himself. The business is now run by Lim's son, Gilbert, who is now 49 years old in 2022. He does the majority of the cooking, while his father helps out in the preparations and the order taking. Gilbert made quite a splash in the media after being voted one of the most handsome hawkers by the Straits Times newspaper in 2005. As a result, the stall has been covered by the media quite extensively, but in this case, the stall's reputation is more or less well-deserved. Because every element in this bowl of fishball noodles, right, is actually very well done. The big question is whether it is value for money. So come, let's have a taste. 6块啊，米爆辣椒是啊，谢谢啊。
要辣椒哦。
要。Okay, I'm back from the store and I've got the $6 medium portion, which is kind of like a middle of the road representation of what the stall has to offer lah. I mean, $6 is pricey lah, as compared to other Teochew fishball noodle stalls lah, Mee Pok Ta stalls. But I would say that considering the quality you get, it is actually bordering on actually being kind of worth it. So tasting the noodles first. So the noodles have a very decent, soft but firm bite lah. Though I have had it a little soft in the past, but these days I don't actually encounter that much softness recently, so that's good news. But the dressing is really the star of the show here. It's a very well-balanced sauce comprised of like tomato ketchup, black vinegar, pork lard, fried onions, and their signature chili sauce if you order it with chili. Apparently their sambal chili paste is made with quite a lot of ingredients, 7 in total. Among them is like dried shrimp paste, and also onions lah. You know, and then it's actually slow cooked for a very long time. So the final saucing is actually very full flavored and bold, lard rich. It's got a very complex savouriness, very earthy as well. And then it's got a hint of sourness because of the black vinegar. And then you'll see some chopped parsley and some sliced braised black mushrooms. Previously they will give you pork lard bits, but I don't see any pork lard bits today, which is a shame. But it is only $6. Only $6, as I say. They are also very generous with the saucing, so there is enough of it to go around, right down to your last spoonful of noodles. Notice too the size of the black mushrooms, which are quite big. So you see it's like, you know, very thick cut, well braised, vinegar tinged. Rather thick lah. Yeah, definitely very good. So in that sense, even though this bowl costs $6, right, you at least you know that they're not skimping on the ingredients lah. I mean, so the other highlight is the large bowl of soup with the rest of the ingredients inside. So you get a mix of fish balls, meatballs, sliced fish cake, sliced pork, pork liver and a sprinkling of fried garlic on top. In the $6 bowl, you get 2 fish balls, you get 1 meatball, 4 fish cakes, you get 2 pieces of liver, and then you get 1 prawn. And then you get sliced meat, and then you get some minced pork, fried onions, and some lettuce on top. So trying the ingredients separately. This one's a fish ball. Very big, very bouncy, on the softer side, which is nice. And then you have the liver. Wow, still impressively soft, barely seared. It's gone a bit creamy because it's been sitting in the soup, but it's still very, very, very soft. I don't know how they do it because it's been sitting in the hot soup for about a good 10 minutes or so while I've been filming B-roll footage. Some fish cake. Fish cake. Sliced pork. Very, very soft. Very nice. And then the prawn, which is kind of medium, small to medium. It's not crystal prawns, real prawn texture, seasoned as well, very nice. So as you can tell, all the ingredients are all very nicely done, and especially the liver, the pork slices, and the minced meat, right? They're all still nice and soft, which is quite impressive. You just had the minced meat, soft and fatty, wonderful. The soup is a highlight as well. The soup is very nice. The soup itself is really a highlight because it's got a very nice rounded stock sweetness. Thanks to the use of pork ribs and whole chickens and some of the soup's many ingredients. Okay, so some noodles, maybe a meatball here, or maybe the liver and there you go. Simply amazing. Okay, finished. So fishball noodles for $6 at Arthur Teochew Fishball Noodles. It's quite pricey, but it is well done. And when you order the premium portions, right, $8 and $10, that's when this bowl of noodles actually becomes really, really special. So I'll be back on another day to talk about it. So see you soon. Okay, so I'm back at Amoy Street Food Centre and I've ordered the most expensive portion at Arthur Teochew Fishball Noodles, a whopping $10. And as you can see, right, the dish is super, super luxurious with seaweed, pork lard, dried soulfish and cabbage thrown into the bowl, and you get much more ingredients. You get pork lard pieces in the noodles and you get much more braised mushrooms. But the taste is the same, okay? Just let me confirm. Oh, do the same. In the $10 bowl, you get 3 pork lard pieces, you get 2 or 3 huge mushroom slices, and of course you get much more ingredients in the soup too. So you get 2 fish balls, which is the same in all price options. You get sliced meat, about 7 pieces, which is the same as the $8 bowl, I believe. 1 meatball, which is the same as the 6, 8 and 10 options. Fish cake, about 5 to 6, and liver pieces, about 7 liver pieces. Again, same as the $8 bowl. You get giant prawns and you get 2 of them and they are huge. So that's what you're paying for. You're paying for these huge giant prawns, $2 extra. And as you can tell, they are freaking huge. So if you want to put the ultimate luxury in your Teochew fishball noodles, right? You also get huge fried dried soulfish pieces in the bowl. You do get it in the $8 bowl, but I think you get much more in the $10 bowl. So trying the prawn, look at this. I mean, talk about luxury, okay? It's very hard to find this sort of thing in any mee pok ta stall in Singapore. Huge giant prawns. Pretty amazing. Prawns are big, they're fresh, and of course it's not crystal prawns, so that's a great thing. But the other change you get is also that because you've added the seaweed and you've added the dried soulfish, right? And of course pork lard pieces, I guess, right? You know, the soup is even richer as a result. So it's even more rounded, it's even more robust, more intense, but not in a salty way. And the other ingredients like the liver and the mincemeat, as I've said, right, is incredibly soft still. Liver, soft. And the mincemeat over here, soft as well. So the quality is there. And obviously you've got very, very soft mincemeat all on top. And the dry saltfish is great because you get that very earthy fish flavour. And it really flavours the soup very, very well. Oh, one thing also about the noodle portions. Whether you're ordering the 4, 6, the 8 or the 10, right? I don't see the noodle portions actually increasing much. So if you want extra noodles, right, you need to pay for it and it's $1 extra. So that's probably a bit of a downside depending on how you look at it. Okay, finished. So as you can see, right, even though you're paying a huge price premium of a whopping $10, right, they do try to give you your money's worth. And they're not skimping on any ingredients, and they do try and give you premium ingredients and all that stuff. Plus, they do try and give you more of it, except for the noodles. And it's hard to find this sort of luxury at any Teochew fishball noodle stall in Singapore. The catch, of course, is that you need to pay a huge price premium for it. But on the other hand, what does the cheapest portion at this stall look like? I'll be back on this stall on another day to talk about it. So, see you soon. Okay, so I'm back at Amoy Street Food Centre for the third time and the last time. And I've ordered the cheapest option at Arthur Teochew fishball noodles, which is $4. So what you get over here is 2 fish balls, you get about 3 sliced fish cakes, 1 mushroom, some mincemeat and cabbage. And the noodle portion looks about the same as in the $6, $8 and $10. In previous times, in the $4 option, I didn't get any pork lard, but today I got 3 pieces of pork lard. It could be just an accident or a coincidence or something, so I'm actually surprised. But for sure, there are no like dried soulfish or pork liver or meatball or prawn or anything like that. This is stripped down with just fish balls and fish cakes, providing the bulk of the ingredients. But at least you still have the same great taste of the noodles. Still the same taste. So trying the soup on the side, because that's the other main attraction. I mean, it's still a very good soup stock, but you do miss out on that super umami, super robust soup stock that you get in the higher prices. So at the $4 price range, right, you're competing with other Mee Pok Ta or Teochew fishball noodle stalls that also price their noodles at around the same price range. And it can be argued that you get better value elsewhere. So this is a $4 bowl of fishball noodles at Teochew Fishball Kway Teow Mee in Hong Lim Market and Food Centre. And this is a $4 bowl of fishball noodles at 60s Chao Zhou Teochew Traditional Mincemeat Noodles in Tiong Bahru. And also another $4 bowl of fishball noodles at Hui Ji Fishball Noodle Yong Tau Fu in Tiong Bahru Market. Now granted, the other bowls of fishball noodles were taken in 2021 and 2019. So the effects of COVID and increasing food prices hadn't really hit. So those are the caveats. One thing for sure that you do get, which is better here, is that you get a better soup. But then again, on the flip side, this is a $10 bowl of bak chor mee, mincemeat noodles, from the famous Taiwan minced pork noodles at Crawford Lane. So I think you get better value at Arthur. Okay, finished. So that was a look at Arthur Teochew fishball noodles, and it definitely sells one of the best Teochew fishball noodles in Singapore. But it is also the most expensive that I have encountered at a hawker centre. Strangely enough, right, the prices weren't actually like that in 2020. It was actually $4, $5 and $6, which is still higher but more acceptable. So I think this new price structure actually came about this year. But the new price structure has to be looked in context with what Gilbert has been trying to do over the past 5-6 years. I mean, Gilbert has been trying to upsell his father's Teochew fishball noodles for many years. So a more swanky, more premium outlet was actually opened at Circular Road in 2018, but it didn't work. So they attempted again by opening another outlet at Food Republic at 313 Somerset in 2020. But that too closed down in 2022. So now the whole family is here at Amoy Street, and they're trying this new premium price structure here. But will people buy the more premium versions? So far I've been hanging out at Amoy for about 4 days in a row, and I see plenty of orders for the $4 and $6 versions. But I don't see many orders for the premium versions. But of course, the bigger question is whether I would travel half across Singapore to eat here. And ironically, as a foodie, right, it is actually a definite yes for the more premium versions, the $8 and $10 versions. It's actually very good value because they don't actually stinge on the ingredients, and you feel that they're actually giving you your money's worth lah. But of course, $8 and $10 is not something which you want to indulge in every day lah. For me, the $8 version with one medium prawn is a sweet spot for an indulgent meal. And so the question is whether you want to go all out for the 2 giant prawns in the $10 option, because that's what you're essentially paying for. For the $6 version, it's a cautious yes, and for the $4 option, it's still a borderline case. You know, I'm leaning towards skipping it because there are actually better options elsewhere. That said, this is Amoy Street, and it's not catering to people who live in the heartlands lah. You know, the demographic is different here. The $4 option would be good for people who have smaller appetites, and it's good for lower wage workers lah, in the CBD area who are looking for a relatively cheaper meal. And of course, the hope is that CBD office workers can afford to spend a little bit more, so the premium prices do sort of like make more sense lah. Or do they? I mean, would you personally pay for a luxurious version of Teochew fishball noodles in a hawker center? If so, why? If not, why not? Let me know in the comment section below. So thanks for watching another episode of Gregsby Eats, where I eat through the whole of Singapore. If you liked this episode, give a like, subscribe, comment below, and turn on the notifications bell, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.